Alright, you know the analogy. In the smartphone market, we have the Samsungs, the iPhone, the Xiaomi, the Technos, the OnePlus, and all sorts. There are many categories of phone now. So now these phones, there are, I think there are three major hierarchy in the phone market. We have the flagships, we have the mid-rangers, and we have the low-tier phones. Now, for the ultra phones, this is when we are talking about the iPhones. All the categories of the iPhones are flagship phones. The new set of iPhones, the 13 Pro Max, the mini, standard, the standard 12 or 13, or the Pros. Those are flagship. Then we have the Samsung. The whole S22 lineup from S22 to the S22 Ultra, they are all Samsung flagship. Then for Xiaomi, their latest Xiaomi 12s Ultra, 12s Pro, and their 12s Pro. Those are the standard flagship phones for Xiaomi. Then OnePlus will later come up with their Ultra phone. Then we also have Sony too with their flagship phone. So let's get into flagship. Now, one thing that differentiates a flagship from every other phone is that you always get the best system on the chip. That is either they get out of the box Snapdragon, you know, the latest Snapdragon, H Gen 1 or A plus Gen 1, or they come with they always come with the latest Snapdragon, that is the Qualcomm company. Then they always get the best cameras, then the best AIs. Everything about those flagship phones are usually so good. And one thing, they have long lasting life battery. Like they recently, Mr. Host the Boss did a test about the iPhone 13 Pro Max, in which he did a battery comparison between it and the S22 Ultra with other phones, and the 13 Pro Max comfortably beats the rest, having like a 10-hour continuous use. That is one of the things that characterize the flagship. Although the flagship phones are very interesting, like for the iPhones, they are usually about $1,000. Then we have Samsung. The Samsung Ultra phones are usually about $1,200 to $1,300. Even the latest one that is coming out, the Nothing phone. The Nothing phone will soon debut by tomorrow. That is July 12th. Today, July 11th. The Nothing phone is coming out. It will be sold for about over $2,000. So those one major thing about flagship phones, they have good system on the chip, they have the best cameras, they have long life batteries, and they have 120 Hz refresh rates. For while scrolling or doing anything, you enjoy the screen. And also they usually have water resistant glass, and sometimes some of them it comes with an AMOLED display, while other ultra phones, they are designed specifically for gaming, like the Asus ROG phone, which was recently released. Those phones are specifically modified for gaming. So let's go to the mid-rangers. These mid-rangers, they usually get cheap, and that is system SoC. They usually get those chip that old flagship have used before. Like some are sporting with Snapdragon 786, while others are using the rest. Now, these mid-rangers, they don't have the quality of cameras that these flagship have, although they produce some brilliant images. But when you compare them side by side to the flagship, they don't usually do well. Let me give you an example. The Samsung A72, we have I think I should mention iPhone SE, because that seems to be like iPhone mid-ranger. We also have iPhone XC. Then Xiaomi's Poco phone are usually very good mid-range phones, because they stack up their phones Those phones, they usually come with a lot of flagship materials, but they have many bloatwares in them because they cut corners in many things they have to do. Then we have the low end phones. The low end phones are the Techno, the Itels, and the Infinix. And think Infinix that they do here in Nigeria. In Nigeria, here we have the Camon 19. Those, although how they do see it here in the African market, they do see it as like a big phone. But when you compare them even to the mid-rangers, to the mid-range phone, they kind of fall behind. Their front cameras are bad. Their back camera is a little bit okay, and although they usually have long-lasting batteries, like there's this phone, the Techno Pova, they are usually good. Even the Povo series have usually great and amazing batteries, although their cameras are not quite good. But here in Africa, we don't usually people are not usually quite interested in what those flagship phones can give. They either go for this low end Techno and the Techno, the Infinix, and the rest. And honorable mention, let's talk about Huawei. Huawei used to be one of the top end flagship phones, but recently, because of the US ban, they don't have any Google Play services, and their phones, while they are good, since they are lacking all those Google services, people find it hard to even recommend the phone because US was having issue with trusting them, and since they are not even operating under Google, how will they survive? How will they be able to cope? Although Huawei was holding Honor, they had to sell Honor out, so Honor is no longer part of the Huawei control. Okay, this is about it. Hierarchy of smartphone market: the flagships, the ultra phones, the Pro Max, the mid-rangers, the Pocos, the iPhone SE, the A72, A52. Then we have the low tier, the Techno, the Infinix, and the rest. So I hope to see you in the next.